Ever wondered why France is known as the cradle of Europe? Well, there's a myriad of reasons that make this country so fascinating. France is not just a place, it's a feeling. It's a land that embodies culture, cuisine, and history like no other. This is a nation that has been a trendsetter for centuries, influencing the world with its refined culinary delights, its bold and innovative art, and its rich tapestry of history. From the echoing halls of the Louvre to the rustic charm of Provence, every corner of France is a testament to its enduring allure and the history. Oh, the history that awaits your discovery. Tales of kings and queens, revolutions and enlightenment, all intricately woven into the fabric of this mesmerizing nation. So, ready to embark on an unforgettable journey? Join us as we delve into the captivating history of France. The story of France begins far back in time, in the era of the Gauls. This ancient land, known then as Gaul, was a thriving hub of Celtic culture. Celtic tribes, each with their unique traditions and customs, dotted the landscape, forming a rich tapestry of cultural diversity. The Gauls were known for their bold spirit and fierce independence. They were skilled warriors, but also artisans, farmers, and traders. Their societies were complex and organized, with a strong emphasis on community and kinship. The Gauls had a unique relationship with the land, seeing it as both a resource and a sacred entity. But the tranquility of the Gaulish world was disrupted when a new power emerged on the horizon: Rome. Julius Caesar, the ambitious Roman general, set his sights on Gaul. The Gauls resisted fiercely, but the might of the Roman legions was too much. After a series of brutal battles, Gaul succumbed to Roman rule. Under Roman control, Gaul transformed. Roman law, language, and culture seeped into every corner of the region, changing its very fabric. Cities like Lugdunum, now known as Lyon, and Lutetia, today's Paris, flourished under Roman influence. The Gauls adopted Roman ways, but they also held on to their own traditions, creating a unique blend of cultures that left a lasting imprint on the region. But Rome's grip on Gaul was not to last forever. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of power and order, began to crumble under its own weight. Gaul, along with other regions, broke free from Roman control. The fall of the Roman Empire was a moment of great uncertainty, but it also marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The fall of the Roman Empire set the stage for a new era in the history of France. The land of the Gauls, forever shaped by its Celtic roots and Roman influence, was about to embark on a new journey. A journey that would see it evolve from an ancient land of tribes into a nation that would change the course of history. With the fall of Rome, a new power emerged: the Franks. The Franks, a collection of Germanic tribes, were the architects of what would eventually become France. Their rise to power in the 5th century marked the beginning of a transformative era in the country's history. The Frankish kingdoms were a patchwork of territories, each with its own distinct culture and customs. Yet, it was under the rule of one of the most renowned Frankish kings, Charlemagne, that the disparate parts began to coalesce into a unified nation. Crowned emperor by the Pope in the year 800, Charlemagne's reign marked the beginning of the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of cultural and intellectual revival that laid the groundwork for the formation of the French state. The Middle Ages in France were not just about state-building, though. They were also marked by a series of religious and military conflicts that would leave an indelible mark on the nation's identity. The Crusades, a series of holy wars launched by European Christians in the 11th century, were a defining moment. French knights played a key role in these wars, and the Crusades had a profound impact on France, influencing its politics, society, and culture. Then came the Hundred Years' War, a bitter conflict with England that lasted from the mid-14th to the mid-15th century. This war, which saw the emergence of iconic figures like Joan of Arc, was a time of great suffering, but it also fostered a sense of national unity and identity. The French language, for instance, began to replace Latin as the language of law and government during this time, a significant step in the development of a distinct French identity. The Middle Ages were a turbulent time, but they shaped France into the nation we know today. The rise of the Franks, the reign of Charlemagne, the Crusades, and the Hundred Years' War. These historical events, filled with courage, conflict, and change, were instrumental in molding the cultural, social, and political landscape of France. From the ashes of conflict, the spirit of the Enlightenment and Revolution sparked in France. This was a period of profound transformation, where old ideas were discarded and new ones embraced. First, let's delve into the French Renaissance, a time of cultural rebirth in the 15th and 16th centuries. This era saw an explosion of art, literature, and learning. Ideas from ancient Greece and Rome were rediscovered, leading to a renewed interest in humanism, science, exploration, and art. This period gave us the works of luminaries like François Rabelais and Michel de Montaigne, who used their wit and wisdom to question the world around them. Then came the Enlightenment in the late 17th and 18th centuries. This was an intellectual and philosophical movement that dominated the world of ideas in Europe. It was a time when thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Diderot challenged the status quo, advocating for reason, liberty, and the separation of church and state. The Enlightenment was a call to arms, a plea for humanity to use rational thought to combat ignorance, superstition, and tyranny. And finally, we arrive at the French Revolution, a decade-long period of political and social upheaval that began in 1789. The revolution, driven by Enlightenment ideals, led to the overthrow of the French monarchy. It was a time of great turmoil and bloodshed, but also of profound change. The revolution gave birth to the modern principles of citizenship and democratic rights. It marked the end of absolute monarchy and the rise of the people's voice in governance. The French Revolution, with its declaration of the rights of man and of the citizen, is seen as a pivotal event in the birth of modern democracy. The French Revolution was a turning point, marking the end of monarchy and the dawn of a new era. Each of these periods, the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and the Revolution, have left an indelible mark on France and the world, shaping how we think, govern, and live our lives today. In the aftermath of revolution, France embraced a new identity. Emerging from the ashes of tumultuous upheaval, a figure of formidable authority and charisma rose to prominence. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Under his leadership, France's landscape was transformed, both literally and figuratively. He instituted a series of sweeping reforms, from education to administration, that still resonate in the country's fabric today. But Napoleon's reign, though impactful, was not endless. His defeat at Waterloo in 1815 marked the end of an era and the dawn of another, the establishment of the French Republic. The Republic, with its rallying cry of liberty, equality, fraternity, set a new course for the nation. It was a period of rebuilding and reinvention, of finding a balance between the old and the new. Despite the challenges, France continued to shine, becoming a beacon of culture, science, and innovation. However, the 20th century brought with it dark clouds of conflict. France found itself at the heart of the two world wars, enduring occupation, resistance, and liberation. These were testing times that shook the nation to its core. Yet it was during these trying periods that the resilience and spirit of the French people shone through most brightly. They stood firm in the face of adversity, rebuilding their cities and their lives with a determination that was nothing short of inspiring. They held fast to their values of liberty, equality, and fraternity, showing the world the power of unity in the face of division. Today, the legacy of these eras is evident in every corner of France, from the grand boulevards of Paris to the humblest village in Provence. The past lives on, intertwined with the present, shaping the future. Through triumphs and trials, France has continued to influence the world stage. Its history is a testament to the resilience and spirit of its people, a narrative of reinvention and resilience, of strength and survival. And as we look forward to what the future holds, one thing is certain: France will continue to inspire, to innovate, and to endure. The history of France is a tapestry of influential moments and compelling characters. We've journeyed from the ancient roots of Gaul, where the seeds of this nation were sown, to the turbulent Middle Ages, a period that saw the birth of France as we know it today. We've also delved into the era of revolution and enlightenment, where the nation played a pivotal role in the shaping of modern political and philosophical thought. In our exploration, we've discovered how France has been a crucible of culture, from the romanticism of its literature to the bold strokes of its art, the sophistication of its cuisine to the elegance of its fashion. And today, in the face of a rapidly changing world, France continues to evolve while staying true to its roots. As we've seen, France's history is as rich and diverse as its culture, making it a nation that continues to fascinate and inspire.